Hi, and welcome to your weekly Oracle reading with Katie VanZeeland. This reading is for the week of April 17th through April 23rd, 2017. And this week we're using Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. So the deck has been cleared. We're asking that infinite love, God, Creator, guide and empower this message for our highest good and greatest joy. All right, so I'm smiling really big because the first card that came out was Master Jesus, Forgiveness. And then Lady Nada, Heart Awakening. And then Saint Germain, Karmic Releasing. So, yes, this is for the week of April 17th to the 23rd, but I am doing the reading on Easter. So it's pretty amazing that, not really, because it's Jesus coming to us this week and reminding us to forgive. And what forgiveness means, and I'm sure you've heard this and maybe you haven't, but that forgiveness is for you. It's not saying that whoever you are forgiving, that you're condoning what they've done or what they haven't done, but it's forgiveness for you to move on and move through whatever hurt or angst that any situation or person has brought to your life. Really, though, the message today about forgiveness is forgiving yourself. So let's take a moment this week to get really still and quiet. And this might be challenging for you, but let's decide and make the commitment now to at least take a couple moments each day or every other day. If you forget a day, forgive yourself for forgetting. And just get still and feel into what maybe you aren't forgiving yourself for. And remember, it doesn't have to be some big thing, but even it's just forgiving yourself for not fulfilling something. Or, I mean, the self-talk that most of us have is not all that loving. So maybe it's just forgiving yourself for being so hard on yourself. But there needs to be some compassion and forgiveness that we're going to find this week toward ourselves. If we start there, forgiving others becomes a lot easier. If we try to start somewhere else with somebody else, it tends to be a little more challenging. Or not, but just play with the idea of forgiving yourself and get still. Maybe you journal about it. Maybe you speak out loud about it. But to feel into forgiving you. Master Jesus says, you are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. So there's a lot of healing that's happening right now. There's a lot of expansion, and with expansion, there's going to come healing. And with expansion, there can be some really intense hard times. And to know that these intense hard times are really beneficial, and they are divine perfection, even if they don't feel like it. And that we are moving through this deep healing period right now. So, yeah. And I love that Lady Nada is coupled with this and the heart awakening. So, as we're expanding, that's what's happening. Our hearts are being awakened. We are actually living life instead of spinning through it, playing roles, just doing, working and doing, and fulfilling these roles that may or may not be your authentic self. So we're really allowing our hearts to open by doing this healing and forgiving, and really coming into our authentic selves, and being able to live life from a more full space, and to really just be in it and enjoy it, even if it's painful. We can enjoy life on a deeper level even if it's painful, okay? But it's time, it's happening. Even if you're choosing not to have it happen, it's happening. There's expansion happening, and it's intense. And since it's so intense, remember that whatever you are feeling, if it's negative or positive, it's going to be intensified right now. So that's what I'm hearing, is just things are very intense, and that means there's expansion. So just know that whatever you're feeling is going to be intensified, positive or negative. So allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. However, if you can land back on at least acceptance or something more positive, knowing and trusting that this is divine perfection, the better off things will move and be for you, more comfortable. Okay? And then Saint Germain, we're releasing this karmic energy, these things from our past. We're breaking patterns of not just in our own personal life, but our families' lives that they've lived out lifetime after lifetime. So there's this huge healing, as Jesus is saying. But it's not just in this life, it's like in so many lives, and we're breaking these karmic patterns. So you're very brave, and it's amazing that you're doing this. But it can be very hard and, like we're saying, intense. So Saint Germain is reminding us to move beyond the drama. Drama is a distraction. So it's okay if you're in it, but try to notice if you're in it and come out of it. It's a waste of time and energy. It is such a waste of time and energy. So wherever you can detach from drama that really has nothing to do with you, even if you think it has something to do with you, the better off you'll be. And the more energy you're going to have to awaken your heart, to find forgiveness for yourself, and to ultimately live life from an authentic, loving space, a peaceful space. Saint Germain says, create your own path and make room for good energy. So the more we detach from the dramas and the things that are really no longer serving us, the more energy we're freeing up for good and positive, authentic energy that really is who we are, okay? Versus being caught up in drama and lies and stories that we're trying to, like I was saying, break free from as our hearts are awakening, like Lady Nada is bringing up, and we're forgiving, as Jesus is saying. Such a beautiful, beautiful, powerful week. It makes my heart smile. Okay, so we're going to pull a card from the Fifth Agreement. And it says, I don't make assumptions. And this goes along with the drama too, right? Assumptions are nothing more than lies that I'm telling myself. Not making assumptions gives me the immunity in the interaction that I have with myself and my own voice of knowledge. So assumptions with other people, but assumptions even with yourself. Where we're trying to break some major karmic patterning and stories, these stories are ingrained in us. The drama that we've attached ourselves to is ingrained. So it's really breaking free from this way that you've been your whole life, and coming into your authentic self, coming into something more real and true and loving and peaceful. And so these assumptions that we've made are just lies, and it's time to really take a look and question and learn to forgive and not interact with these lies that are going on in our heads. Okay, and these lies are assumptions that we make with other people or ourselves. So remember to communicate and like use discernment, ask questions. So don't make assumptions this week with yourself or with other people. Be very aware of that. It's really going to help you to forgive and to let your heart open and break some of these karmic patterning, these karmic stories, this karmic energy that you are like shedding yourself from. Okay. Awesome. Okay, we're going to pull a card from the crystal deck. I know. Just one. Okay. We're 5. Okay, so we have Peach Moonstone. Yay. And the mantra is, I am patient and accepting of myself and others. Beautiful. Really goes along with the Jesus energy and forgiveness, right? I'm impatient and then I'm accepting of others and myself. Really, it starts with ourselves. And the heart opening. The Peach Moonstone is like about femininity. And, as our heart is opening, that's receiving, which is the feminine energy, which is fantastic. And comfort, which is also feminine energy. So we're looking for this loving, feminine forgiveness, comfort, and protection energy that we're working with this week. Awesome. I hope you have an amazing week, and I can't wait to see you next week.